Why don't more people have what they say that they want? It's it's something that I've been thinking more and more about. Art, really, I've just been thinking about it right now because there's so much information out in the world about how to get the things that you want. Uh, there's a lot of evidence of how to get what you want, and it's something that I'm genuinely curious about why people don't have the things that they say that they want. And everybody is coming from a different situation and everybody has different backgrounds and experiences and things that lead them to the position that they're in. And it's just very curious, why people get into the situations that they're in and then maybe don't necessarily do anything about it. And for me, a lot of it is thinking and situations that people find themselves in and don't necessarily know that there is solutions in those situations. But then also part of it is just we're not trained to necessarily go after the things that we want. It's not something that is taught or something that people learn or feel like they can learn. It seems that a lot of people feel like they're just stuck with who they are or the situation that they're in, and that's just the way that it is, or there are always reasons to not do something, and that comes down to a lot of what people focus on and the energy that they put towards things. And sometimes it is not very considered like a good idea or popular to set goals because you might not be able to be in control of the outcome at a certain time, which can be true. You never know how things are going to turn out, and you're not in control of people, other people that you work with or other people that you have to deal with. And aiming towards something, I think, is important. Having a definitive time and a definitive thing that you want to achieve, whether that's financially or relationship wise, like that's very important. That's how you move forward. That's how you know exactly what you want and when you want to get it. But then also there is the aspect of having a plan and the inputs and the actual thing that you are going to do to get those goals. And in Atomic Habits, James Clear talks about how goals don't work. What works is habit. What works is action. What works is plans, because the book is about atomic habits. And he talks about how goals, are finite, because once you get a goal, then what? Well, you set another goal. But when you have habits, when you have plans or action steps, those are infinite because you can always wake up and do the same thing. You can always wake up and continue to improve and learn how to do that thing a little bit better every single day. And that will compound. And having a plan is something that you're in control of because you can take those action steps. You can and follow through on those things, and you can set yourself up to make sure that you're going through those things on a daily basis. Something you're very in control of, but you don't necessarily know how quickly your work is going to pick up on the internet. You don't know how many sales you're going to get in a day or in a month, because sometimes people decide to buy something and sometimes people decide not to buy something. And focusing on inputs is a lot easier than setting a determination for outputs. And I would say that, go back to the basics. Look at a book like Think and Grow Rich. It's about both. It's about having a goal of what you want, buy when you want it, while also having a plan and being persistent on pursuing both of those things. Because you can have action steps, and if you're not really being purposeful in the actions to the highest level you can, then are you ever really going to reach the level that you want to reach? And are you giving yourself an out by not being as urgent as you want to be by just saying, okay, well, I'm going to write 500 words a day. Well, what is the quality of those words? What are you doing with those words? Is anybody actually going to see them? So you might say you want one thing, but then your actions lead to another. And that's why having a goal is so important. That's why having an action plan is so important. And then understanding the why behind what you want, and maybe the why behind why you're not getting what you want. Because there's always some kind of thinking there. There's always some kind of subconscious or conscious beliefs that lead you to exactly where you are right now in life. And the only way to change those things and change your goals and change your plans is to change the thinking. That's why Think and Grow Rich is such a powerful book. That's why The Secret has sold millions of copies. Now, The Secret, do I believe it? Yeah, I think how you think is really impactful. And there gets to be some action, and action becomes a lot more powerful when you have a finish line that you're moving towards.